Looks like price is just really ranging here on the higher time frames. Let's zoom this in and kind of see what this would be. Yeah, we're really just ranging here on the higher time frames. So right here, level of support, right above here, got a level of resistance right around here. So we'll zoom in again, see what that's kind of saying here. So we can see there's some level of supports here, but they're so close to here that we may not even want to take those into account. Like literally this level of support right here is, that's actually pretty good, 12 pips, that's not bad. That's not bad at all, to be 100% honest with you. So we have the break above, now we're heading down. Let's see what's happening as a whole. As a whole, looks like price has been going up, going up, going up. So it's been going up and been going up from here all the way to around this point, let's say. Just change the color of that and change the thickness as well. So then price started to create this. So there was this, and then there's this, and now price is kind of doing this as of right now. So that's what I'm kind of looking at. Is that are we gonna head up, or are we gonna head down? And like right around this area, I can see us heading up. So I'm going to look towards taking a trade in this area specifically. So for now, what I'll do is I'll just take away all these lines, maybe except for this one, maybe except for that one. Where is that? Okay, I know where this is. I'm gonna refresh this one. Refresh. Okay, no charts. No lines or anything like that. So right now on UJ, we are currently buying. It already made a 30 pip move. We have a level of support right there, and price might be coming up to continue to fill this wick maybe. So that's a possibility. With the amount of momentum that it has, that is a possibility. So let's zoom in and kind of see what we're looking at here. So level of support, price just broke above this, but now it's created support, level of support here. So we want to continue to break above here to continue. As a selling point, I can see it like it's like a little mini support right here. So we'll see what happens after that. Plus we have clean candle here to the left hand side. So we'll see what happens there. What I'm anticipating is buys above here and sells below here. So we'll see. We have take profit area and a take profit area, and these take profit areas are pretty good too. It's like 40 pips. That's a lot of pips actually, which is good. The better the gap, the better it is. But I see here a level of support right here, so that's where we want to head first and break through first. So we have the 33 here to the top. We also have to take this into account, however. I think momentum would just blow past that and allow us to continue upwards. So we'll see. Right now we're clearly heading down with 2 1-hour candles printed as bull candles, and as an overall though, we've been heading up. So I'm looking to take buys. I'm only going to create one bias on the US dollar, Japanese yen. I'm just going to say buys above 110, 376, and change the color of that. So then we're going to say that this right here is my take profit. Right? So we have the take profit and we have what we're looking to do. I don't think I'm going to take this bias. We'll see. We'll see. Maybe something impulsive, but here I can see there is some level of support being created here. If I go down to the lower time frames, you can definitely see here that it is being created with the most recent one right here. So moving forward, we can also see here there's this level of resistance that price is at right here. So we have to be very, very patient here. But in essence, what price has created is a level of resistance and a level of support. And whenever this happens now, we take a look at the gap. The gap is approximately about 10 pips, which is not terrible, but not very good. And then to the upside, we have about 25 pips. So I'm going to be extremely patient today when I'm trading. Here I actually don't have a bias. Let me go here, strength meter. You can see that the pound is strong, US dollar is kind of strong, the Japanese yen is weak. Okay. Let's also take a look into news. Okay, so you don't want to be trading with news. Let's see. Today is Wednesday, September 1st. We have OPEC meetings all day. And then along the lines of like 8:15, we have the US dollar news, which is strong, which is very, very, very strong. Okay, and aside from that, I don't see anything. So 8:15, there's gonna be like a strong push. So we're gonna wait for that. And for now, we'll just get back to the charts. Nothing's happening as of yet. What we want is for price to start to create some form of a sign, some form of a sign that price will continue upwards. That's what we're looking for. Right now, it's kind of looking like it's going to go down and down and down. But then we look to the higher time frames, we can see that price is only going bullish. So this might be a retracement for it to continue to push up. Retracement, buys above, and push up. So we are waiting because nothing's happened as of yet to confirm that. we have about like 5 more minutes, about actually 3 minutes until, sorry, about 3 minutes until the new 1 hour candle. So we're just waiting here patiently. I see here there's a bit of a break above, but I would want, since there's such a huge gap here, I would want a close. I would want the pair to close here, retrace, create some form of support maybe in the smaller time frames, and then continue to push up. So that's what I'm kind of waiting for here. We will see. We will see. Let's see if the higher time frames can also suggest that in some way. Yeah, we can see that because like when you look at the higher time frames, you can see that the 4 hour candles are printing in such a way that the previous ones were sells, but now these ones are currently, how do you say, since this candle printed above these candles right here, it disqualified this sell from continuing. Now we're currently in a bearish momentum. Sorry, yes, a bearish, no, bullish momentum. So we're in currently a bullish momentum. So now when we take a look into the smaller time frames, we can see here now price is breaking above, but there was these candles here, right? So what these candles suggest is that price had trouble breaking above there. So we don't necessarily want to take anything preemptively because price can just not even print and then continue back down. But if it prints, then we're looking at a better opportunity. Right here, it looks like the US dollar is going to continue to sell, but it's really hard to say. I would want to take sells here because we don't have this level of support here. We have it like down here, right? So here, I think we're selling. You want to sell high, but at the same time, you want to sell in such a way that price is going to actually go that way. Like if it just reverses, then so we have the new 1 hour candle. Let's see. See where we're looking ahead. Yeah, so right here, if you look, the pair, the how do you say, candle closed in the area and not above, not even close to above. So, I mean, it kind of just disqualifies that trading idea. Let's see. So what I'm thinking in my head is this going to be the continuation push? Like, can I? Hmm, hmm, that's hard to say. Like breaking above that candle high, would it be able to push one for one? Um, I'm gonna remain patient. I'm gonna remain patient. I do want to take this trade as a buy, but I'm wondering if it's a little risky. The reason why I say if it's a little risky is because currently we're in a range. Price created a high, price has created a low. We're in between the support and the level of resistance. Point blank period. So the safe thing to do would be to wait for price is out of this range, and then look to take an opportunity out of this range. And that's what I'm going to wait to capitalize on. Until then, I'm just waiting because both my pairs are actually in ranges. I can look at like other pairs for the time being. Such stuff like, let me see if I can find crypto, and then we'll go to Bitcoin, and then we'll open up Bitcoin. Okay, so let me see if this is actual bit. Looks like it. Yeah, looks like it. So on Bitcoin, it looks like there's an opportunity to start buying at 47,585. Now, what I would want to happen is for price to come down back to around 44, and I would buy like mini lots, like mini lots, with anticipation of price in the next 5 years, definitely returning to this point, smacking through that point and probably doubling this, probably going all the way to 120,000. So that's my anticipation. As of right now, we are looking like we're creating some form of a, how do you say, bullish pattern to go up. But I mean, in my venture, I'd be taking mini lots, mini lots. Sometimes it's quite fine to take like paper trades. So you can say entry here. Also, you don't want to take an entry here because there's a level of resistance here, like literally a pip or two away, so it becomes that much harder. But entries here, we zoom out, we zoom out, we zoom out, get about 10 to 13. So take profit would be around here, and your stop loss would be around. Yeah, see, that trade doesn't work out very well because here's your take profit, here's your stop loss. Like, your stop loss is within this range. So as opposed to buying low, you're actually buying quite high. You're buying at a level of resistance, which is very high, or you're buying above a level of resistance and then price retraces, then you're buying low because now we're at a new price zone. So that trade, I mean, more than likely would not have panned out, so I'm not going to take it. I'm going to wait for momentum in the market, which I believe will be at 8 a.m. So we will see. here I see some pretty clean candles. But I mean, yeah, this is a lot different from what I'm used to, but I'm guessing this is like 50 pips. Well, this shows to be 100, so is that 100 pips? I don't know. I'll figure it out soon. As I look at the charts, I'm thinking in my mind that when it comes to momentum, as of right now, we're not going to have much because the move was already made on UJ in such a way that this was the move, one. This move was the move, and now we're just waiting for the next move, and we don't want to do anything preemptively because we don't know what's going to happen exactly with the market makers. They can manipulate. If you're already in a trade and then you're waiting for news, that makes sense because you have your stops at break even. But you see, it'd be two things that I'm thinking of in my mind. So one is sells here wouldn't make sense because we have really good news coming in for US dollar. So when that happens, you're looking for the upside, you're looking for this to break, and you're looking for this to play out. Buys above, and then take profit. This is actually 139 now, actually. 1.4. So you're waiting for that to pan out. And then if that doesn't pan out, you're not trading right now. You can like take the opposite, but the opposite might be market manipulation. So that's all I'll say in terms of that. Aside from that, I'm gonna be dropping some videos soon. Dropping some videos in just terms of knowledge, Forex knowledge. I will be promoting those videos, putting them out there. I'm gonna be dropping one by one till I get around to 12. And when I get to that around 12 mark is when I'm going to be so a couple of things. If the US dollar ends up being strong, then we're going to push through all of this. We're going to push through all of this. We're going to more than likely get to around here. If the news for the US dollar is actually turns out to be strong. Looks like on the 30 minutes specifically, it looks like we're creating some side-by-side here. Candles printing side-by-side. So again, no trade is open. A trade might become open, but no trade is open for now. What I'm going to do is duplicate. I'm going to see what the week has in the horizon. So on the 4 hour, we have, let's go up to the daily. Let's go up to the monthly first. Let's see what's been happening lately. So we have the so right here, beginning of 2019, we have the pandemic bringing us down all the way down to 102. So we went from about 111 to 102. We're now recovering, so we're at the recovery stages. I believe that we're going to continue to recover. So this is where we were. This is like a weekly analysis. This is where we were. 2019, beginning of. Right around here, price was going up, maybe trying to recover to this point. So And now price plummeted all the way down to 102. Now we have, we just tighten that up a bit. We have price now bouncing off of this and creating some form of support in order to, I can see it continuing up. End of week, possibly, let's see. I can see us fully being recovered, fully recovered by the end of the week. I can see that happening. It'll be extremely hard though. So when we go into the weekly, here on the weekly, we can see here a form of a level of support here, and then another form of support. We have a level of resistance right here. So price would have to break above here in order to get us to this point. Let's zoom in again. Let's zoom in on daily. So on the daily, it looked kind of like a range. So we went up, we went down, went up, down, up, right? So we're in a bit of a range. Price, the market is still deciding what it wants to do as a whole. It hasn't decided that yet. Such stuff like, you know, war in Afghanistan, the pandemic, the Delta variant, the third booster shot published by Johnson & Johnson. All this stuff is creating uncertainty in the market in such a way that it's just obvious that there would be this range that we're in. So just from a general standpoint, when I take a look into everything as a whole, I do see that price is looking to continue to push up above all of these highs and maybe get to all of these highs by the end of today. So maybe that's like the take profit area. So let's see what that is actually on the 4 hour. Yeah, on the 4 hour, that actually kind of want to be meticulous. It's just a couple things. Price reacted to this area very heavily, but it also reacted to this area very heavily. So now you're wondering, hard to say. This is just a weekly analysis, so this kind of small stuff doesn't matter so much so that we're actually zooming into that right now in the live trading. Brand new 30-minute candle. Brand new 30-minute candle. Let's see. So right here, I'm going to be patient because in the next 30 minutes, I'm anticipating price to create some form of a wick, and then I'll look to buy down here. I want to buy it a little bit cheaper. So now you're creating a bias inside of a bias. I mean, it may not pan out, and that's also what I have to think about. No, I still want a bias inside of a bias because essentially there's multiple biases you can create. Just some biases are stronger and better and have better win ratios, and then some of them you're going to be in for a shorter period of time as opposed to a longer period of time, right? So that's what I would say in terms of biases. You can have hundreds of biases in a day. You obviously want to like stick to your guns in terms of like the news and economics and where price has been going and where you see price going as an overall, right? You want to be diligent in terms of those areas, but like as a whole, you can have many biases. I'm gonna be patient. So on Bitcoin, we have a couple of things that can pan out. So price can just in this area just continue to sell and get into this area, or it can continue to buy and get into this area. But I don't see like buys happening in this area because, well, I mean, it could. It's still a huge gap. Still a huge gap. Pretty huge gap, actually, yeah. Yeah, so now it's starting to sell. So I bought and now it's starting to sell. I think it's going to create that wick that I was referring to. And then proceed upwards. So right now I'm waiting. Really just waiting. I feel like Forex is like 90% waiting, like 95% waiting. And then that 5% of it is like the actual Forex game. You know, that's where like the moves take place. So it sounds weird, but that's like where 100% of the action takes place. The waiting and the 95%, like you're not really doing anything. You're just waiting, talking, you know. But that 5%, if you can utilize your skills in that 5%, you'll definitely be consistent, and you'll definitely succeed in the Forex environment without a doubt. So right here, we're just being patient. I believe that we're going to sell off, get to around maybe this area, be this area as a whole, and then that's when I'm looking to take buys, and maybe like a level of support's being created. But you know, like taking a buy here, like you're at the whim of all this, which is like 17 pips, 16 pips. That can be like a lot of money, you know. So you want to just solely be patient. And you know, having a bias in mind makes everything a bit easier. And after you've created that bias, like I can very well even just walk away from the market and say to myself, like not place a trade or anything, and just walk away from the market and say to myself, you know what, this is gonna pan out. And then if it pans out, then I can make note that, you know what, based on this news being predicted to be higher by 300,000, I anticipated price to just push up, and it did, and I'm gonna wait for that next time, and we're gonna play off of that next time. You can very well say that, right? So that's kind of like where a trading plan discipline comes into play. In which case, I'll just be right back.
I am going to fix you.
Sir, there's a lot of bleeding.
Woke up in a nightmare. They were pumping me full of blood.
I was worse. What has he done to me?
Dr. Death, limited series, premieres Sunday, September 12th, only on Showcase.
this is extremely messy. Look at GU. GU is being so messy right now. Except the only thing that I would say that is beneficial is the fact that it did create, how do you say, a bull candle right at the level of resistance, and now it's looking to maybe pop out of this. So maybe there's a trading opportunity here. You know, with GU, it is more costly to trade, so you don't trade as much, you don't risk as much. But just in all honesty, like everything for the US dollar is pointing up right now. Alright, so while I wait here, I did open up a buy position. So I was seeing how that pans out in this area. The reason why is just because I anticipate price to just continue to push up. So we'll see, and I'm gonna give myself like a 20 pip stop loss. So at the end of the day, if I see like price reverting, it's kind of hard to say what I would do exactly. That's kind of my trade idea. It's a 2-for-1. I know how much I'm going to lose and how much I'm going to gain in the trade, and I can also look towards managing risk very well. So I kind of wanted it more so over here, but that's okay. We don't always get what we want. Generally speaking too, like when it comes up and it comes up to like 2 pips, I'm only doing this because of the news. I have to like practice different stuff when it comes to news. So my take profit area would probably be like around there too. I'm probably not going to go for the full swing. I'll probably let like a runner go for the full swing. So right here, 20 pips. That's going to be like my initial take profit area, to be 100% honest with you, which actually even aligns with this pretty well. So that's my first take profit area. So we will see what happens, gang. The thing with trading plans, that's probably gonna be my first video actually, is make a plan. Yeah, that's gonna be my first video, is make a plan. I feel like plans just help with a lot of things. Yeah, plans help with a lot of things. And your plan constantly, you want to improve it, improve plan constant, improve. So when it comes to your plan, let's say if your plan is like 3 to 5 trades per week, you have to be very, very strategic in the sense that like you don't want to be trying to hit home runs on a Monday, right? Or when there's no news or when there's a bank holiday. You want to save those bullets. By bullets, I mean trades, for days such as like Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, where there's a lot of bulk and momentum in the market. Aside from that, when it comes to like, when it really comes down to it, one of the biggest things that I would say is that your plan will guide you, and your discipline will motivate you. You don't chase motivation, just be disciplined. Come to the market, stick to your plan, stick to your guns, manage risk, and also just look to improve as a general standpoint. Look to get better, 1% better each day or 2% better each day. And be willing to do research while you do this as well. Like for instance, be willing to look at stocks while you do this. So you're on your phone, but you're actually just making like yeah. So one of the things I would say as well is that when it comes to, let's say, stocks, right? Stocks is a great way to have passive income, because then you're basically owning an asset, and the company, just because you own the asset, pays you dividends. Such companies like Apple, for instance, the one that I was just talking about, Apple, they pay dividends. Their share price is like, let me just check that for you really quickly. I can go here and do that. APPL. So this is what their stock price is right now. So if you want to buy one asset, then it costs 151.83 US dollars. But they're like 160 Canadian. And the thing is too, like if you own like 10 of these, right? So now we just pull out our calculator. So you own, let's say like 10 times by, let's say, what is it, 151? Okay, 151, like it's like 1500, right? So 1500, and then each month, based on having this 1500, Apple is going to pay you dividends, and their stock is going to rise each year in value, and each year you're going to buy more. So each year you're going to have, like, let's say another 10. So you add another 10, and you know what, your stock appreciates by also, let's say, like 30%. Well, that's kind of unrealistic. So we'll say like 15, 10% over a period of 2 years. So now you're at like 3,000 plus like 3,300, right? And now they're still paying you dividends. So you own 20 of their stocks, they're paying you dividends, and you have this amount going up for you in value. And Apple, like if you look at Apple's chart, um, so recently, of course, just because of the pandemic, they did take a dip. But if you go to their their chart over the last 5 years, look at this, just only up, literally. So go to candles again, literally, only up, nothing but up, just up, 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 and they did go down. This is, look at the 5 year. When you look at the yearly, it has dips, but every single pair does that. Like this right here was even during the pandemic, they were increasing. Look at this. Look at this. Why? Because people are gonna buy Apple products and phones, even during a pandemic. So here we are. Owning this stock would be very good. I'm looking to at least own like two by the end of 2021. So we will see. We will see. Another one that I've seen that was very, very good is also Lemonade. Ticker is LMND. So Lemonade is an insurance company. They're brand new. Um, not necessarily like brand new, let's say, but they're pretty new. Their high was like 150, 160. Now they're at 75. So if they just recover alone, if you put $1,000, you're getting like $2,000. So if you look, they don't pay dividends, which is fine. It's just like you're buying a low stock and you're looking for it to go up in value. This one's really good because if you look at the top leading insurance companies in the world, their share price is like $400, $300. So market makers anticipate this high to like be like, what is it again, like 81 or 88 or 90. That's what they're anticipating the high to be. But over the next 5 years, I anticipate that to be much higher. So I'm looking to definitely have some of these in my portfolio, without a doubt. Right now, we are trading the US dollar, Japanese yen. We're just here waiting. The only reason that I have such a big stop loss right now is that I'm anticipating news to push price up into these areas, and I'm already in the trade preemptively. So that's just what I'm anticipating. Sometimes, you have to anticipate stuff. So we'll see. If price comes down about 10 pips, so around like here, I might think about taking it out. We'll see. We will see. So I had to close this because that trade got totally obliterated. That happened quick too. Oh my gosh. Possibly another entry if it breaks above the top. But wow, that happened fast. So now this is when I have to assess the market as a whole and kind of just say to myself, how next time can I win this trade? So you really have to wait and be patient because it wasn't as they expected at all. Far from it, in fact. So next time what I can be doing is in anticipation, I don't anticipate the news. I can just be in a particular trade, and you know that's all you can hope for. You know, to be in a particular trade, and yeah, I'm gonna go back and kind of just. Well, one thing is that I don't usually trade news, so my trade should have been before news, and there was no trade for the day. There just wasn't. Generally speaking, there is trades for the day. For instance, before news, I've taken a sell and then put my stop loss to break even. But I have to go back and assess my mindset at this particular time in the market and say to myself that news shouldn't have really been in my mind at that time. Yeah.